Hey guys, we're back here for round two of Touch Bistro training. All right, we're gonna talk a little bit about the charges associated with kind of the different sides on our menu, things like that, upcharges, what sides to include when we're dealing with the main entrees. We're gonna look at the pay screen, which is gonna be right up here, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about allergies when it comes to modifiers. So let's do that right now. Okay. We're going to create a little couple orders to get ready here so we can start modifying it and talking about it. So if you remember from the first training video, just follow along because we're going to jump into it. Here we go. So we want to pick an appetizer. Let's do that. So we click shared order for table, and then we want to come up here to our search button rather than going to appetizers. It's easier to use the search button. And we're going to type in blue crab fondue. Blue crab fondue, right there, blue crab fondue. All right. Now we have blue crab fondue. Okay, let's talk about sending to a table. If I send this right now, it gets sent to the kitchen, okay? And then I can continue to order, and then so I go to seat one here, and then I want to have my sides pulled up, so then I order the blackened chicken. Oops. Blackened, actually, let's just, you know what? Let's get the blackened spinach penne. Okay. Now it comes with a dinner salad, so it wants me to pick a dressing. I'm just going to pick champagne vinaigrette and hit done. Next, C2 is going to order. They're going to get the blackened chicken with tomato cream right here. Okay. I'm going to delete that. Remember, we can delete things by sliding it over. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to, so we chose blackened cod with etouffee sauce. Now we're going to pick our two sides that come with it. And remember, we're not going to ask the guests, we're just going to click it. So then we immediately move on to seat number 3. And they want the grilled shrimp fresco salad. So let's do grilled shrimp fresco salad right there. We're going to choose honey Dijon for the dressing. Be done. So see here we have a complete order. If we were to click the paper airplane and send it all to the kitchen, then that's exactly what it would do. It'd send it all to the kitchen. But we don't want to do that because they want their appetizer here first. Okay? So we have two options. We can either, after they selected the blue crab fondue, immediately hit the paper airplane and send it to the kitchen and then begin to take the rest of their order. Or we can enter it all in and then go up here, and that's what this button is for. This is called the course button. We can click the course button and come in here and choose which items to send. So let's say that we just want to send the blue crab fondue. I'm going to click send. Whoops. Yeah, I'm going to click send and just choose to send course 1. Okay. And then what we can do after we sent course 1, which is the blue crab fondue, then at some point later, maybe a few minutes, you can come back to this screen, of course, and hit the paper airplane, and it will send the rest of the items. It will never send the same thing twice. So once something is sent, it'll actually be kind of grayed out right here with a little check next to it. And then whenever you hit the paper airplane, it sends everything else on the screen. So that's the two ways to do it. Way number 1, which is honestly probably the preferred way. Oops, hold on one second. Okay, the preferred way. I'm going to delete some of these just to show you. The preferred way is really, they tell you the appetizer, and then you're going to type it in and immediately hit send. This works great if you have a small table. 2 people, 3 people, maybe 4 people, they say, hey, we want this appetizer and we're ready to order. Then you're going to say, okay, great, what would you like for an appetizer? They say blue crab fondue. You hit send up here, paper airplane is sent, and immediately start to take their order. Then while they're still working on the appetizer, then actually the kitchen's working on the appetizer while you're ordering with the table, which is great. Now that works for maybe one to 4 people. If you have a really large table, say 8 people at the table, 8 maybe 10 people, you really don't want to do it this way, because what's going to happen is the first person is going to say, yeah, give us a blue crab fondue, and then by the time you and then they're going to say, yeah, and we're all ready to order. Then you're going to go and you're going to take their orders, or you're going to send it and then you're going to take their orders, and then by the time you get back around, someone's going to say, oh yeah, we'd like to get an appetizer too, we'd like to get chips and queso, and then you're going to have to send a separate ticket in for the same table. So you want to just be careful and avoid that. If it was me and I had a large table, I'm going to input everybody's order in, right? Let's say that there's 8 people. I'm going to input everybody's order in, and then I'm going to go to the course screen, and then I'm going to, send just the appetizer by itself, because sure enough, I'm going to put in everybody's order, and here I'm just going to pick a few things. I'm going to put in everybody's order, and somebody's going to come back and say, oh, we'd like to add an appetizer too. We want to get an appetizer. Then it gives you a chance to come back up here, right, and put another appetizer. Then after everybody's made up their mind and nobody has any changes, because big tables like to make changes, then you're going to come up here to the course button, choose which ones, hit send, and choose which course you're going to send. This screen is also good for, let's go back here. Let's look at something. Let's say that seat 5 right here wants a grilled chicken pesto flatbread as their main entree. Oops. They want a grilled chicken pesto flatbread as their main entree. Okay, so let's look at the course button. If you hit the course right here and you hit send all course 1, what do you think it's going to send? It's going to send all of course 1, all these appetizers, which is this, and this. The problem is that seat 5 wants the flatbread for their main entree. So we need to just simply click here and change that course to course 2. So then this, what would normally be an appetizer sent out at seat 1, is actually going to come out with the rest. So that when we choose to send course 1, it's only going to send these 2 items right here. And of course, after you've sent those, a few minutes later, you can come back in whenever you want to, really, and just hit, you don't have to go back to the course screen, just hit the paper airplane, and then it will send all the rest of the things. However, 90% of the time, you don't have to worry about this. You can, when the table orders their appetizer, you can simply type in the appetizer, click send, and the kitchen's working on it while you're taking the rest of the order. We just don't want to do this during a large table. Okay, so now we've learned about the course button. Let's do some things here. Let's learn about the, let's learn about the pay screen. I'm going to start out with a fresh table here. And actually, you can watch me do this. If you touch and hold, it's not going to let me do it, is it? That's frustrating. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. Oh, there we go. Okay. If you touch and hold, you can do a lot of things from your table here. For instance, let's say that your table decides they want to move to the patio. You can simply click transfer entire party. This whole screen turns black, and then you click another table, and it moves this orange table to this orange table, and everything that was ordered in this table is actually now transferred over here. We're not going to click that now. For now, we're just going to simply delete all items and close the table because we haven't sent anything to the kitchen yet. Okay, so now we're going to have a fresh table. If you remember before, we're going to click it, choose how many people we want in the table. Now, here we go. Let's make up an order here real quick, just so that we can move through and learn. We're going to talk about the pay screen next. So let's talk about this. I'm just simply creating an order here. Okay. Alrighty. Here's an order. Nothing's been sent to the kitchen because this is a training video. But let's look at the pay screen, which is right up here. Okay. Don't worry about this screen right here. It won't pop up when you're actually in your table. Okay. All right. So this is what the pay screen looks like. It's actually pretty simple. You'll see that we have 3 options up here for splitting the check. We can do it all on one, which just gives you one bill right here. We can split by seating, and that splits it up by the color that we saw earlier of the seats, and we can go back and look at that in a second. Or sometimes, a table just wants to split things evenly. Maybe a few people, maybe there's 4 people at a table and say, hey, you know what, just split it all up equally. That's the way to do it here. You can just simply say, I want to split it by 4 people. But in this case, we're going to look at split by seating. You'll use this one quite a bit. Okay, because there were 2 people at the table, here we have split by seating, and it shows the 2 colors that the chairs represented there. So we had a blue and a brown. So this is really easy. This is the way you do that. And then if you hit print to dining printer right here, it's going to print. Uh-oh, I just did it. It's going to print both of those to the table. To the printer. If you just want to print one, you can just simply print this one right here to the dining printer. Okay. And there's basically 2 options to pay. You can do cash right here, or you can do a credit card right here. Make sure you always choose the credit card with the V. Never use this manual charge credit up there. So let's say that, let's say they pay with a credit card. We're going to click the V, and then you would simply swipe at the bottom of the iPad. It has to be the stationary one at the POS station. It can't be the one that you carry in your apron. Let's say that the credit card isn't swiping. Let's say it's a bad Magistrip or it's an old card, something like that, and it's just having trouble swiping. This is where you can click manual entry and then manually put in the item. So here we're going to say pay in full. Then it gives us the chance to enter the card number, expiration date, card security code, etc. So, but even then, you never will choose manual credit up here. You will always choose this one and then manual entry. So really, there's only 2 options: cash or credit card. Or gift card. Sometimes they'll give you a gift card, but really most of the time it's just going to be either cash or credit card. When you do have a couple different checks, especially on a busy night, really lay them out in front of you and take your time. It takes management 5 times longer to undo a payment than it does just for you to spend that extra 10 seconds to make sure that you have the right credit card laid out. So what I like to do is I like to lay it out in order. So here we have a $23.82 total, and I have a credit card for that. I'm going to lay that out to my left, and then here I have a $21.11 total. I'm going to lay that out to my right. I'm going to make sure that I take care of one, pack it away, print it, and pack it away in its credit card presenter separate, and then do this one. Take your time, really focus on making sure you have the right card on that. Then after you do that, it's going to pop up and it's going to say, what would you like to do? And you're always going to just click close the table. That's really all there is to it on the pay screen. So when the guest says that they're ready for their check, you're going to go to this screen. You're going to go to print on dining printer. It's going to print both checks, both tickets. You're going to put each of those in a separate check presenter, bill presenter, give it to the appropriate guest. They're going to give you either cash or card, and then you bring it back to this screen, and then you're going to either choose cash or card. And then if you choose card, it's going to automatically, after you swipe, it's going to automatically print the bill, both the customer copy and the restaurant's copy. In which case you'll just give it back to them along with their card, and they'll leave you the signed copy and your tip. Just a training, a moment for training here. We never look at our tip on the floor. We always bring our check presenter back after the table is fully cleared and reset. We can bring our check presenter back, and there we can handle entering the tip and whatnot. We're going to do that actually real quick. We're going to look at how to enter a tip. Actually, I'm under trainer here, so it might not let me. Okay, let's just talk about it. So after your guest has paid, let's say that they're sitting here at 4:04. After they've paid, they're done. Even if they're still sitting at the table, that table has been paid and closed out. So they can leave, they can sit there for 10 more minutes, whatever they choose to do. But after they pay, as far as Touch Bistro is concerned, that's an empty table. So let's say that they pay you with a credit card and they leave a tip. You can't click the table and go back into it because that table's closed. Nothing is there. So what we have to do, at that point, it's a closed order. So it's no longer an open table. So what we have to do is go up here to orders. And if you click orders, now you'll see our options. This, by the way, is where we could do a takeout or delivery. If somebody calls, we can just simply hit the plus sign. You know, they're not sitting at a table, they're just calling, right? So we don't need to open up a table. You just simply click takeout, and then it's going to have you put in their name, their telephone number, and some notes. And then let's just do it real quick. We're going to type in Bob, and we're going to come up here and hit done. Then you'll see that Bob shows up as a takeout order here. We click it, and you'll notice it looks just like when you open a table. The difference is it's not a table. It's an order up here in your order screen, okay? Let me get rid of this real quick. Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. We'll do that. Let's see. Okay, we'll delete that later. All right. You'll notice these other here are bar tabs, seated tables. Maybe these are all the tables that you have open. You can just kind of view and list view. Here, our color is orange, so that's how we know those are our tables. And then we were talking just a second ago about if someone pays with a card, that table is closed. So if you want to enter the tip, you have to go into what's called your closed bills. So we're going to go into closed bills. Here we have none. But if this was your table, you're going to see an order here. It's going to be orange because it'd be, in this case, it'd be orange because orange is me. And then it's going to be in red right here. It's going to say tip required. You just simply click it. Tip is going to pull up, and then we're going to enter the tip. Just make sure that the total they wrote on the ticket matches the total. After you type in the tip, it'll give you a total up here on the screen. Make sure that the two match, and then you can hit done, and then that's how you enter your tip. If it's cash, of course, you don't need to do that. You just simply, in the pay screen, you just simply hit cash. It asks you for the amount. So let's say that here they owe $23.82. Let's say that here you type in they pay you with 30. That means there's a change you're going to give them is $6.18. Take that to the table, leave that at the table. Then this is done. We're going to hit cancel right now, though. Okay. Let's look at some more options here. Okay. Let's talk about a little bit about, let's go back into here and let's add a person to the table. Okay. Let's talk about the sides that come with items. So after we've ordered appetizers and we're here at the main screen ordering, we want to have our sides pulled up. Okay. So then let's say that seat 3 orders what can they order today? They can order the bourbon glazed salmon. Bourbon glazed salmon right here. Okay. All right. Now, bourbon glazed salmon comes with creamed potatoes and grilled asparagus. Okay, you'll notice that these have a $0 charge. Oh, come on, stop it. These have a $0 charge because the charge is right here on the 21. Okay. Now, if they want a third side, which sometimes happens, then you can't choose a $0 item. You have to choose. Oh, it's not going to let me. Oh no, come on. Let's see here. You know what? I'm just going to have to get out of this little mouse pointer thing. Hold on. All right. Then we can scroll up here. And you'll see that there's a charge associated with it. So let's look at cream potatoes here, up at the very top of the green icons. Top center is cream potatoes for $0. But if we scroll down, you'll see that there's a cream potatoes now on the top left for $3. Okay, so let's look. Let's say they want, actually right next to it is the Cajun Mac. Let's say they want the Cajun Mac in addition to the cream potatoes. Whoops. 1 second. All right, I put it on the wrong seat, so I had to use the move to seat function. All right, so now you'll see that we have cream potatoes, we have grilled asparagus, and we have Cajun Mac. The cream potatoes and the grilled asparagus came with it, but they also wanted a Cajun Mac, so we make sure we do not choose the one with the asterisks. All the asterisk items are the freebies, the free items. Anything that's just a regular name has a charge associated with it. Okay. Now, if the guest wants something other than the cream potatoes and grilled asparagus that comes with it, then that's okay. That's no problem. We don't want to encourage it, but if the guest doesn't want grilled asparagus, let's say instead they want steamed broccoli, that's okay. That's not a problem. So let's see what that would look like here. Oh, come on. Okay. All right. So they want the cream potatoes. So you have the side screen pulled up here. Hold on 1 second. I need to get out of my pointer. 1 second. All right. Okay. Okay, so we have cream potato selections. So let's say that you take their order and they say, I want the bourbon glazed salmon. You type it in up here and you click bourbon glazed salmon. It shows up under seat 3. And then while you're about to type in your sides, they say, but instead of the grilled asparagus, I want the steamed broccoli. So that's when you're going to click cream potatoes, which is already right there. And then you're going to go ahead and click steamed broccoli instead of the grilled asparagus that it would normally come with. Okay, and you'll notice that because it's the asterisk, it still shows up as a $0 item. Okay, we'll talk about one more thing, and that is going to be anything that's upcharged. So there is no upcharge if they want to switch out something on our main menu. However, on the menu, on anything on the menu that comes with French fries, they have a couple options. They can for no extra charge, and we'll look at that here real quick. We're going to add someone to the table. Okay, and this person wants a whiskey burger. Whiskey burger. Okay, here's a whiskey burger. And normally it would come with French fries. And so we're here up on our screen, and we would just choose fries down here. So we could choose fries. Oh, I did it again. Move to seat C4. Okay. However, if they wanted fresh fruit, we could do that. That's right here. Why does it keep doing that? Fruit. Move to seat C4. Okay. Fruit. It'd be one or the other up here for now. There's both, but it'd be one or the other. No, come on. There we go. Alrighty. So it'd be fruit, or they could have a dinner salad as well. So, okay, so if someone gets an item that comes naturally with fries and they don't specify, you're just going to put fries on it. So if someone says, hey, I'd like the whiskey burger, you say yes, and you go to the next person. You don't ask them what they'd like with it. It just comes with fries because the menu says it comes with fries. If they say, hey, I'd like the whiskey burger, but instead can I get a salad, can I get a fruit? No problem. Then you just select fruit instead of fries. If they want anything else, let's say they want grilled asparagus instead of fries, there's a $1.99 upcharge. It's easy to remember because it's on everything else on the menu. Obviously, for the restaurant, grilled asparagus is a lot more than French fries. So we charge a straight across the board $1.99. That really applies even if they want, mozzarella potato cake. Basically, anything else that's not fries or fruit or dinner salad. There's a $1.99 upcharge. So we're going to look at how to add an upcharge to an item on your list here. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the fruit for now. And then we want to add, let's say the person who orders the whiskey burger wants to add, have grilled asparagus instead of fries. You're going to choose the free grilled asparagus. I did it again. Move to seat. You're getting a lot of move to seat practice here. Move to seat 4. Okay. But now you'll notice it's a $0 item, so we have to modify this. Okay, and in the custom mod screen, you can simply type in something like upcharge, and then come over here and type in $1.99, and you'll notice that the $1.99 shows up down there at the bottom. If you were to choose the normal version, the charged version of grilled asparagus, it would be the full charge on there. It'd be the $3.50 that you. Let's see. Let's look at it. Where are you, grilled asparagus? There you are. The grilled asparagus is at the top left of the green icons. Grilled asparagus would be $3.50, but we don't want to do that because this is simply a substitution with an upcharge. Really, this only applies to things with fries. Anything else on the menu that they get, they're welcome to sub it out. But if it comes with fries, they either have the choice of fries, fresh fruit, or a garden salad for no upcharge. But if they want any other sides that come with what our other main items come with, tempura asparagus, red wine mushroom, grilled asparagus, all of these other things, then there's an upcharge. And again, to upcharge, you're going to bring up the modifier screen, go to custom, type it in, and hit done. All right, so we talked about upcharges. We talked about the sides that are the free sides, the asterisk sides. Be careful when you select them to make sure that you select the right ones. The asterisks are all here up at the front. That way, when you do order something, it's easy just to click, and you can have your sides added really, really quickly without having to use the search button. Sometimes, a seat will, let's add a seat here. We're going to add a seat 5. Sometimes a seat will just want to order a whole bunch of sides, in which case you're just going to scroll down a little bit to the non-free ones, the ones without the asterisk, and you can either click them in that way or you can simply search for them up here in the search button. So if seat 5 wants, say, scallop potato, you'll notice that 2 pop up here, the one with the asterisk and the one without the asterisk. Choose the one without, and you'll notice that it has the charge there, $4.50. And then let's say they want a grilled asparagus. I'm going to choose grilled asparagus. And then let's say they want steamed broccoli. I'm going to choose steamed broccoli. There. Sometimes a seat will just order a bunch of sides. There you go. That's exactly how you do it. Okie dokie. So now we talked about that. We talked about the pay screen. And we talked about which sides are free. We talked about upcharges. Let's talk real quick while we're talking about modifiers. Let's talk about allergies. Okay, I'm going to close out this table and get a fresh one here. All right. Let's click back, open a table. There's 2 seats. Let's say that seat 1 gets a salad and they want a Cobb salad. Okay. Your modifiers pop up here. We'll pick our dressing. Hit done. But let's say that they tell you, hey, I don't want any blue cheese on my salad. Okay, no problem. Then we're going to just modify it and say no blue cheese. And then that pops up here as a modifier under our salad. But let's say, so if they tell you no blue cheese, no problem. You can type in no blue cheese. But let's say seat 2 does the same thing. They get a Cobb salad. We choose a dressing. And they tell you, hey, I'm really allergic to gluten. I have a gluten allergy. Then we don't want to just type in, no gluten or no bread. Because who knows, maybe the person who's preparing the salad puts a piece of bread on it. Then we see on the ticket, oh, hey, it says no bread. We pull the bread off. But if someone has a severe allergy to something, then we need to make sure that we say that in the modifier screen. So instead of saying no bread here, I'm going to say, maybe in all caps, gluten allergy. And then maybe something like no bread. The beautiful thing about this custom modifier screen is you can type in any custom note you want to the kitchen. So it's good here to be more thorough than just typing, one small word, something like this. Okay, so we're done here. Now you'll see, if we're in the kitchen and it says no gluten, and someone puts, it says gluten allergy, and someone puts bread on it, and we turn around and we're about to send this out and we see the ticket, gluten allergy, we're going to stop and we're going to remake the entire salad because gluten had touched this. Anything with an allergy is a lot different than just saying, no this or no that. Okay, so that's the allergies. Actually, while we're talking about it, let's talk real quick about modifiers. Maybe use those modifiers, those custom modifiers, to be as specific as you'd like. It's just really such a help to the kitchen. And I'm not just talking about leaving something off for modifiers or saying you don't want this or that. There's a lot of instances where you can say maybe no onions, but a lot of things come with onions. Maybe a sauce comes with onions. Maybe there's onions, on different things. Be specific. Say, hey, I don't want any onions on the tacos, or no onions in the sauce, something like that. Choose those. Take the opportunity to let those custom modifiers be kind of your personal message to the kitchen. Really kind of take the opportunity to be as detailed as you like. It saves us from having to come and get you and say, hey, what'd you mean when you said no sauce on this? Do you mean on the whole dish? Do you mean on this one item? So you really use those custom modifiers to your advantage. Okay, let's see here. Make sure I haven't missed anything. We talked about the magnifying glass being kind of your best friend here. We talked about the send button. We talked about the course button. We talked about the pay screen. We talked about your tables down here and the options that it looks like. So this is really the bulk of Touch Bistro ordering tableside. We'll end the video here and we'll have a part 3 and talk about a couple other details. Okay, thank you.